Welcome to Skedlive. I'm Fernando Bosois. It's Tuesday, March 18, and here's what's making news. Israel breaks 2-month ceasefire with airstrikes across the Gaza Strip. At least 400 people have been killed and more than 560 injured, including women and children. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordered the strikes after Hamas refused demands to change the ceasefire agreement. Netanyahu's office says Israel will increase military force against Hamas. And in the United States, President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin have a scheduled phone call this afternoon. Both leaders are expected to discuss a proposed 30-day ceasefire in the war in Ukraine. Trump says he wants to talk about occupied territories and power plants. However, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov did not confirm whether nuclear plants or other assets will be discussed. Putin says Russia will not agree to a ceasefire until monitoring details are presented. He insists Ukraine must be demilitarized and 4 provinces should be recognized as part of Russia. In Canada, Prime Minister Mark Carney has acknowledged for the first time Canada's limit in its response to the U.S. tariffs. Carney pushed for dollar-for-dollar retaliatory tariffs during his campaign. However, he admitted yesterday that such response is not realistic. He says the U.S. can better absorb the impact of any tariffs Canada can implement. The admission comes after Carney's visits to France and England as Canada seeks new trading partners. And a Canadian icon is on the verge of closing its doors as Hudson's Bay is set to end its operations after 355 years. Hudson Bay's company is the first Canadian brand, established nearly 200 years before Canada became a country. The company played a pivotal role in the fur trade and settled vast areas of land across Canada. It also had a significant impact on the displacement of Indigenous people and their way of life. The retail store could begin liquidating its 96 locations as early as 2 p.m. today. 9,000 jobs are at stake if an Ontario court approves the company's plans. Here's Daniel Driver for the newest entertainment stories.
Thank you, Fernando. Let's see what's happening in the world of entertainment. Let's dive in. Will Smith has launched his first album in 20 years. The album, called Based on a True Story, is going to drop a week on Friday. He also announced that he will be going on tour this summer. Smith posted on Instagram, he's itching to get it out to y'all. Benson Boone does it again, winning Song of the Year with Beautiful Things at the iHeartRadio Music Awards. Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso takes Pop Song of the Year and Pop Artist of the Year. Taylor Swift's Eras Tour takes the award for the favorite tour style. Swift takes home numerous awards, including one for her single Fortnite. Kendrick Lamar also won the Hip Hop Song of the Year with Not Like Us. Popular author Suzanne Collins returns to Panem with Sunrise on the Reaping. The book is another prequel to the Hunger Games trilogy, looking back on the events of Katniss's mentor Hamish Abernathy's experience in the Games. Also, The Fault in Our Stars author John Green continues his foray into non-fiction with Everything is Tuberculosis. The book looks at the past, present and future of tuberculosis, and both books are available today. Prince Harry's US immigration records are making headlines. A federal judge has ruled that portions of the Duke of Sussex's visa application must be made public. The public has a right to know whether the prince receives special treatment when applying for his visa, especially given his own admissions of past drug use in his 2023 memoir, Spare. And millions around the world celebrated St. Patrick's Day, honouring Ireland's patron saint with parades, music, cheeky Guinness and plenty of Irish spirit. In Ireland, massive crowds gathered for the annual St. Patrick's Festival, and in the US, Chicago kept that tradition alive by dyeing its river green, whilst New York hosted its iconic St. Patrick's Day parade. And here in Toronto, the city joined the festivities with its own parade at noon, making its way along Bloor Street West, through St. George Street, and finishing at Dundas Street. Thousands lined the streets to take in the lively celebrations. Let's go to Maria to see what the Maple Leafs did when donning the green.
In a commanding performance at Scotiabank Arena, the Toronto Maple Leafs defeated the Calgary Flames 6-2. Austin Matthews led the charge with 2 goals and an assist, whilst William Nylander added a goal and 2 assists. Max Domi, Nicholas Robertson and Bobby McCann also found the back of the net for Toronto. Goaltender Joseph Woll contributed with 24 saves. Despite goals from Rasmus Andersson and Kevin Ball, the Flames suffered their third consecutive loss. Special teams were pivotal as Matthews scored twice on the power play and the Maple Leafs donned white uniforms with green trim, honouring their St. Patrick's era. Toronto is set to host the 2026 FIFA World Cup with a streamlined training facility plan. The city will construct a single official training site at Centennial Park in Etobicoke, featuring a new pitch and field house. This project aligns with a broader 10-year revitalization of the park, originally opened in 1967. $20 million have been earmarked for the Toronto training facility, which includes funds to ensure that it is ready for long-term use after the tournament. The new facility will be distinct from the existing Rob Ford Stadium within the park. The World Cup is scheduled from June 11th to July 19th, 2026, with Canada hosting 13 of the 104 matches and 4 games are hosted here in Toronto. The Toronto Blue Jays are first in the Grapefruit League. The Los Angeles Dodgers beat the Chicago Cubs 4-1 in the first regular season game of 2025 in Tokyo. Opening day is Thursday, March 27th. The Toronto Blue Jays are playing against the Baltimore Orioles. Jose Berrios is the opening day starter. The Toronto Raptors lost to the Phoenix Suns by 40 points. The Raptors are playing next this Thursday against the Golden State Warriors. And now to football. Toronto loses to Chicago Fire FC 2-1, but let's hope they do better in their next game on Saturday against the New York Red Bulls. That's all from me for sports. Now back to Daniel with the weather.
Thank you, Mario. The sun's out, so that can only mean one thing. Coats, they're gone. As we head into spring this Thursday into Toronto, we're seeing these temperatures creep up, but don't pack away the layers just yet. Wednesday brings a high of 14 degrees, the warmest day of the week, before a slight dip on Thursday with 11 degrees Celsius and a chance of rain. But Friday, temperatures drop to 7 degrees, cooling further into the night. As we move to the weekend, Saturday holds steady with a high 5 degrees, but expect another chilly night ahead. Sunday, that's looking like our coldest day this week, with just a high of 2 and lows pumped into -4. A frosty end to the week, but hey, spring is here and warmer days are on the horizon. That's your Toronto weather update. Enjoy the sunshine while it lasts and keep the umbrella handy just in case. That's all for today, March 18th. For more, check out all our coverage on skedline.com. I'm Daniel Driver, and until next time.